I chose the reason number 2, which is gender inequality makes women more vulnerable to HIV, with women and girls now having the highest rates of infection in heavily infected countries. I chose this reason, I think, partly because of my own experiences as a South African who's worked both in the HIV sector and with women. And I think there's a very stark indication of the intersections between gender inequality and HIV. In South Africa, more women than men are infected. South Africa has extremely high levels of violence against women, including rape and sexual assault, and also high levels of domestic violence. So in many ways, this link between HIV is really, really clear. Women are not able to negotiate how sex happens. They can't negotiate whether their partners use a condom. When they get infected, it's often hard for them to access an HIV test because they're afraid of the consequences. They're afraid they'll be beaten, they're afraid they'll be abandoned, they'll be afraid that their partners won't take care of them. And in a country where a lot of women don't work, a lot of women are unemployed, a lot of women work in very low-paying jobs like domestic workers or factory workers, having a partner that's putting food on the table for you and your children is an extremely important thing. We did research in Zambia that looked specifically at how women in violent relationships were able firstly to test for HIV, so to know their status, and there's a big push currently for people to know their status, both as a way to prevent further infections, but also as a way for individuals to better manage their condition. And then we also looked at how once women were able to test and know their status, they were then able to go into treatment and manage long-term adherence. And what was very clear was that women in violent relationship face particular challenges. So women would have to lie, for example, about why they were going to the clinic to collect their treatment. Women would hide their treatment in milli meal, they would hide their treatment with neighbors so that their abusive husbands or partners didn't find the treatment. And there were stories that were, for me, very compelling about women whose partners threw away their treatment, who spoke about having to go back to clinics and say, well, you gave me my 3-month supply of treatment yesterday, but my husband has thrown them away and I need more treatment. And in a context like Zambia and in Africa, where you have stockouts, where you have long waiting lists for people to go onto treatment, this is really, really a huge problem. And it's a particular problem then for women who have committed themselves to knowing their status, who want to be on treatment, who are trying to manage their condition, and they do this in a context of violence where we don't see enough resources being developed to protect their rights. So I think that for me, if we start addressing gender equality, I think it will make serious inroads on the HIV epidemic, because once women are empowered to protect themselves, they will better be able to reduce their risk of getting infected, and therefore we will hopefully see prevalence of HIV start going down.
For further information on human rights, HIV/AIDS, and to endorse now more than ever the joint statement, visit www.hivhumanrightsnow.org.